Good morning, guys. I sound way better today. And I have coffee. Today's coffee talk after I changed the battery because it's alright, now we're back. So, I figured I'd do another coffee talk because there's so much going on, not just on YouTube, but in life in general. As you can tell from the title of this video, it's going to be a controversial conversation. So if you don't like something or you don't agree with it to the point where it makes you so worked up that you have to comment something negative or ignorant, I highly suggest you don't even come on here. I'm not going to get as much negative response because my audience is predominantly women. Yeah, let's just get into it. I did a lot of research. Unlike some people usually try to give their opinion on things, they usually don't do their research for my own necessary reasons. And if you're wondering why I'm looking down, it's because I'm using sources to validate my opinion. I know it's all over the place. That's all I'm seeing all over my timeline is about people, voicing their opinions about these abortion laws. And so far, 8 states have decided to pass an abortion ban stating that, you can have an abortion as soon as a heartbeat is detected or before the 6th week is up, and which I think is completely bullshit in my opinion. And Alabama is actually the one state that outright banned abortion, where you can't even get an abortion. I know some states, I believe it's Alabama or Georgia, one of the 2 states, you can't even leave the state to go to another state to get the procedure done. You can get tried for that. A lot of these states, they are looking to prosecute somebody, and the amount of time that you can get is up to 99 years, which I think is straight bullshit, because rapists and murderers and child molesters and if everybody that you can think of like that does hard violent crimes, they don't get that much time. And I also was reading some of the bills, like some of the breakdowns of the bills in some of the states. They require that you get a permission in order to even get your tubes tied, which I think is straight bullshit. And I've experienced that myself twice, here in the state of Pennsylvania and also in the state of Georgia, where I requested to get my tubes tied and I was denied because of 1, my age, and 2, because my husband was against it. As women, we shouldn't have to rely on our husband to decide whether if we can do anything to our bodies. Even though he was joking about it at the time and those times, and regardless if it was my choice or not, he would have went with it. But the fact that they took it seriously, like, oh no, your husband wants these kids, we can't do it. The fuck? I was having this conversation on Facebook with somebody who said that, she doesn't believe in abortion, but at the same time, she does believe in, it's women's bodies. So therefore, we need to find alternatives to avoid abortion. And to be honest, the only way to avoid abortions is to have affordable birth control, more education about sex. It's not something that I grew up learning about. It wasn't in high school. Like, we got the basic information, but it wasn't, thorough enough for me to understand how my cycle works and, my ovulation dates and all that stuff. So I do feel like, more information, more education about sex in schools, and not just in schools, but in the community. In my community, the HIV rates is high, so we have more education towards that than towards pregnancy prevention. So we do have a Planned Parenthood. It's actually near the college that I go to school. Even then, like, I want to say Akina had to be a little girl, like a baby, and that was when I was going to go back to get my shot, because I was on a Depo shot, and they I had to pay for it out of pocket because apparently there were some issues with my insurance or whatever, and And at the time I was getting only the medical insurance. I wasn't getting anything else, well, medical assistance, and I had to pay for it out of pocket, and they ended up reimbursing me because I was already pregnant. I feel like as a woman, it makes us feel like we're being attacked, or we feel like we're not being treated equal when it comes to our bodies. All these men that are in power and are in control of creating these laws, they don't understand. They don't get it. They don't understand why us women feel the need to have options. And it's not necessarily because there's plenty of women out there that don't believe in abortions, but they also, you know, believe in birth control. I know there was for years circling around about men having birth control, and you know, because men couldn't deal with the side effects, they decided not to go through with it, which I think is bullshit, because if you're on birth control, there's so many fucking side effects to it that makes us feel like shit. And you know, and men complain that women don't enjoy sex, but it's because of the birth control. And that's usually one of the side effects, is which is an increase in your sex libido. Yeah, birth control has like so much side effects, and as women we feel like it's bullshit that we have to be the ones to tie our bodies down, and we're forced to, you know, hold a child that we don't want, or we don't necessarily have the resources to take care of, you know. And it's funny because me being the person that on welfare, and I showcase the fact that I'm on welfare, and I'm trying to show people how to, you know, get out of that situation. You know, it's frustrating. It's very sad because, you know, me being a mom of 5 kids, when I had Journey, after I had Justice, I wanted to get my tubes tied, and they told me, no, I'm too young. You have to, like, what if you want more kids? And I'm like, bitch, I am 22, wait, I was 21, well, I was 20 years old with 3 kids. No, I'm done. Then after I had Journey, I was 23, and I'm like, look, I'm done. I have 2 girls, 2 boys. I'm good. I'm done. I don't need no more. But they denied me because I was under the age of 30, and my husband decided that he was like, no, I don't want that. You know, I want more kids. Like, no. I think I was telling my friend, like, you know, they need to stop doing that, because, you know, that needs to end, because I know there's a lot of women out there that don't want kids at all, and then there's people out there that are content. And I'm not just saying women, I'm saying there's couples out there that are content with just having 1 or 2 kids. We don't have the support from all these older white men, and I'm saying that because that's what majority in the office in these seats that we voted for. We can't really be mad at these people, because I know a lot of people are probably like angry and probably, you know, sending out death threats, but in reality, I hate to say it, I hate to really say it, but it's our fault. It's our fault. Like, we voted for these people. And if you didn't vote, then you're also the part of the problem, because if you didn't vote, then that was your voice that didn't get heard in the process. You allowed these people to sit in these chairs and represent, as if we aren't the ones that have to live through the day-to-day life. Last night, our governor for Pennsylvania, Tom Wolf, he made a statement stating that if abortion bill hits his desk, he's going to veto it. That kind of like, I ain't gotta worry about that here in Pennsylvania. But still, it's just like, it's not fair to the other women in other states that feel like they're forced to have a child that, not that they didn't want, but like, really, people have abortions because they don't have the financial means to take care of a child, and nobody has the mental and emotional capacity to carry a child to full term and put them into foster care. I know I don't. Like, say if I were to get pregnant now, knowing our financial situation, I wouldn't want to do an abortion. I would figure it out. That's just how I am. Like, that's just how my beliefs are. I would just figure it out. I don't have the heart to do that, you know what I mean? Like, to go do an abortion. I wouldn't have the heart to give up my child when I'm the one that brought that child into this world. Now, if somebody comes to me, or a friend or somebody be like, I want to have a baby, and I can't, I would do that for that friend, but that's only because I know who the child is going to. Physically conceive a child of my own and then to give it up, I just can't do that. And I don't fault anybody else. I don't shame anyone else for doing what they had to do in their situation, but I feel like these bans are only going to force women to do illegal things in order to obtain what they're looking for. It's not going to ban it. It's not going to stop. All it's going to do is open up a black market for people to get abortions, and women are going to die. I think for me it's scary because I have girls and I want my girls to be able to have control of their body, and that's something that I always preach to them. Like, this is your body. You know, nobody has any right to your body, and nobody has any right to, you know, touch you or talk to you or, you know, hit you or anything like that. Like, I'm more so like disgusted by this, but at the same time I can't really be mad at the people sitting in the seat. I have to be mad at you. And if you're watching this, I'm speaking to you because either you voted for this person or you didn't vote, and that's the reason why we're here today. The only thing I could think of that we can change the narrative on this is for people to vote. I'm not just talking about like financially, because financially we're always going to be screwed. Like, we're $1 trillion in debt. So for people to be still stressed about our taxes and where our taxes are going and all that shit, don't even stress about that. It's about universal health care. It's about free education. It's about what we can and cannot do with our body. It's about legalizing marijuana so we can use the taxes off of that to be able to build our home. It's about climate change and everything. When it comes to our federal debt, it's not gonna matter. It's not, at this point, it really doesn't matter. If you really think about it, we're so far in the hole that, you know, it doesn't matter who sits in that big ass chair at the White House, we're still gonna be in debt. I'm just disgusted. I'm so disgusted that this is what our country is about. And I'm not saying that in the sense that these people are doing it. I'm saying it in the sense that you are doing it. You and I, the people that are in control of the voting, and the people that have a choice in deciding who sits in those chairs and who decides to sign these bills and put them into motion. That's who I'm disgusted with. I'm not disgusted with those people because we already knew they were the type of people. I'm disgusted with the people that choose to complain about it and not act on it. That's who I'm disgusted with, because at the end of the day, it's you and I who pay our taxes. It's you and I who have the choice to go down there and go vote. And because we didn't do that, or because it wasn't enough of us to do that, and we didn't hold other people accountable around us to do it, now we're here with this problem. Now we're here with the situation, and instead of us complaining and crying, oh, these people don't like us, these people are attacking us or whatever, this is why. This is the results of it. Do your research, people. Don't sit here and talk shit to me in my comments. Go do your fucking research about all the different things that could benefit our country. If we raise the wages to at least $20 an hour, people actually have the money to spend. And if people are having the money to spend, you know, people are going to go shopping. So therefore, the cost of living is not really necessarily going to go up. It's going to add more jobs because the demand is going to be high. You know, people are going to want it. If more people are getting hired because more people are buying it and more stuff is going off the shelves, obviously it's a win-win for everybody. Businesses get the money, people have jobs, and then people actually have the money to get off of welfare. That's how I look at it. I don't look at it like, oh, well, you know, that's not going to be this. Don't look at it like that. Even if it's a part-time job, even if somebody's working at McDonald's, I don't give a fuck. Nobody can live off of $7.25 an hour. I don't give a shit who you are. I don't give a fuck if you in high school. You're not living off of no fucking $7.25. The minimum wage in my state, and that's actually the federal minimum wage across the country. And yes, some states are raising their minimum wage, but it's not enough. Especially if I'm being forced to take care of a child in my stomach up until 9 months, and I have to feed and bathe them, and then I have people come at me and talk shit to me because I am on welfare. Does that make any sense? Does that make any logical sense that you're forcing people to have kids that are not in a financial situation to be able to do it, and then that's all it's going to do is raise the amount of people that's on welfare? And then people are like, oh, well, you just give it up for adoption. Do you know there are over 400,000 kids that are in foster care waiting to be adopted that will probably never get adopted because of the fact that people decided to give up their child? And I'm not saying that to be in a mean way, because these people decided to do what they thought was best for themselves and for their body and for their family. But at the same time, where are the people at that claim that they care about the kids? because once the child is born, it just doesn't really matter. You don't want to feed them, you don't want to take care of them, you want to make sure that they don't have no rights. Like, I don't get that. I don't. I hope that gives you a different perspective and actually go do something, because, you know, us complaining on YouTube, us complaining on social media, that's not going to change nothing. These people don't give a shit about us. These people are just sitting laughing in an office because they know the process, they know the procedures that requires for us to get our voices heard. And instead of us complaining about it, we could do our research and figure out a way to make a better place for our kids in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed this little talk. I don't know if you guys agree, and if you don't agree, that's fine. Leave it down in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.